When I think about the apostles of Jesus, I think about ordinary men who became legends, not because they were perfect, but because they lived and, in many cases, died for something bigger than themselves. Their journeys ended in ways that are both tragic and inspiring, and while the Bible gives us hints, most of what we know comes from ancient stories passed down through the centuries. Let's walk through what's believed to have happened to each of the 12 apostles. Peter, the fisherman who walked on water and denied Jesus 3 times, is said to have been crucified upside down in Rome. He didn't feel worthy to die the same way as his Lord. Andrew, Peter's brother, met his end in Greece, nailed to an X-shaped cross. Legend says he preached hope for 2 whole days before he died. James, son of Zebedee, was the first apostle martyred. Beheaded in Jerusalem by order of King Herod, his death is actually recorded in the book of Acts. John, the beloved disciple, stands out. He's believed to have died naturally in Ephesus, despite being exiled and persecuted. He's the only one thought to have escaped martyrdom. Philip is said to have been martyred in what's now Turkey, possibly crucified or hanged after converting a Roman official's wife. The details are fuzzy, but his courage wasn't. Bartholomew, sometimes called Nathaniel, reportedly suffered a brutal death, flayed alive and then beheaded, somewhere between Armenia and India, all for preaching in tough places. Matthew, the former tax collector, spread the gospel far and wide and was eventually stabbed to death. Stories place his final days in Ethiopia or Persia. Thomas, the one who doubted, became a pillar of faith in India where he was speared to death. Today, many Indian Christians honor his legacy. James the Less, about whom we know little, was said to be stoned and beaten to death in Jerusalem after being thrown from the temple. Thaddeus, also known as Jude, is believed to have been clubbed or crucified while preaching in Persia, possibly alongside Simon the Zealot. Simon the Zealot's story is unclear, but tradition says he was either crucified or even sawed in half, far from home. Judas Iscariot, the betrayer, took his own life near Jerusalem after his infamous act. And finally, Matthias, who replaced Judas, was stoned and then beheaded, a stark reminder that this path was never easy. Their deaths were violent, heartbreaking, but they left a legacy of faith that echoes through history. These apostles remind me that sometimes the greatest impact comes from standing for what you believe, even when it costs you everything.